Looks like the Detroit Lions have reinforcements on the way. According to Tim Twentyman via his Twitter account, says the Lions started the practice window for safety Ifeatu Melifonwu and cornerback Emmanuel Moseley to return from IR. Now, this is a big deal because that means that the reinforcements will come in as the trade deadline was approaching. And then we heard that the Detroit Lions could be in play for Marshawn Lattimore. It made me wonder, okay, about reinforcements. Was this a future move for the Detroit Lions potentially, or something to kind of help us get a backup this year as well? But it looks like that fell through, if that was even a thing. And Emmanuel Moseley is going to come back from IR potentially. Now, here's how this works. The 21-day, a lot of people were asking me this yesterday. The 21-day window has begun for those two individuals, which means that the Detroit Lions have 21 days to decide whether or not they are able to be put back on the 53-man roster. If they are now put on the 53-man roster. If they cannot be added, if they don't think they're ready, then they go on IR for the rest of the season. That's why this is a very calculated move. Now, what does that mean? That means that two individuals that are currently on the Detroit Lions roster are going to have to be waived or cut depending on how many years they have vested in the NFL. If you're over 4, I believe it is, you can get cut, which means that you could get cut and immediately be put back on the practice squad or sign with another team. If you get waived, you have to, as it sounds, clear waivers to be able to come back to the Detroit Lions. So you would clear waivers, they can bring you back, put you on the practice squad. That's how that will work. This is encouraging for the Detroit Lions because as we're making that playoff push, we could very much use a safety, Ifeatu Melifonwu. This guy was coming on this time last year. I mean, I think we had 6 or 7 games left. We're going into week 10 in the National Football League, and he kind of came on at the end. He had 3 sacks by the time the season was over. I think he only played in 6 or 7 games. So this is exciting. Now, as far as Emmanuel Moseley is concerned, I am really rooting for this guy because coming off of 2 season-ending injuries, one with the San Francisco 49ers and then right with the Detroit Lions. I think the dude played 4 to 6 snaps and then he was done. And I remember just feeling so bad about him. Dan Campbell was talking about that he has 2 options, meaning Emmanuel Moseley. He can either pack it up or he can come back and work even harder, and he would pick the latter. So I'm excited about this because Ifeatu was a dog, man. He was like, and he was a guy that I was just like, I don't know if he's going to make it. I don't know, because he was one of those first year. Ifeatu is in year, he was part of the first draft class from Dan Campbell. I believe he was, because he was a 3rd round pick. Yeah, because Kirby Joseph was the 2nd year if he was the 1st year, right? So he's in his last year. And I really didn't think he was even going to make the team heading into year 3. But then he did, and then came alive the rest of the year. So this is big news for the Detroit Lions. But now we got a situation as to who are they going to potentially waive. You know, a name that keeps popping up is James Houston, but I don't know. I think James might stick it out for the rest of the season because at this point, if you do cut him, you're losing a body, and you would have to cut him to replace somebody at that position. We're already light at that position. We do have, of course, the arrival of Zadarius Smith happening soon, and that's going to be a thing. But that roster spot has already been created for Zadarius. So we'll see, but I don't know if James Houston gets cut. He's not going to be traded this year. I don't think he's a Detroit Lion next year, but we have to wait and see. So everybody that was asking, here is the situation. So we are going into week 10, and the Detroit Lions will have, today is the 6th, so they will not play on the 10th, the 17th, or the 24th. So the 13th is 1 week. The 20th is 2 weeks. The 27th is 3 weeks. The 28th is 21 days, which means that if Emmanuel Moseley and Ifeatu come back, the Lions do not play until December 8th. That's why this was very strategic. So even if the Lions don't think they're necessarily ready to go by the 28th, I'm looking at my calendar here. If they don't think they're ready to go by the 28th, our next game is December the 8th, or I don't know for sure, but we don't play the first 7 days of after the 28th. The Lions play 3 games in 11 days. We always do. We play the 17th, the 24th, and then the 28th of November. And then we're off for like another 10 or 11. So that's when we would see these two individuals return. So essentially, they got a good 4 weeks. They got like a bonus week in order to be a bonus 10 days. So if the Lions like, man, they're almost there, but they're not quite there. If they had another week, well, they do have another week because they won't play. We won't see them. They won't be activated until the beginning of December, that first game in December. So this is good news for the Lions. Ify back there being a dog, man, and we definitely are going to be excited to get him back. And Emmanuel, man, just kind of excited and seeing what he can do. So I'm looking forward to that. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And check this out, man. I wanted to show y'all this. This is crazy. This is insanity. Check this out. We are about to blow your mind right here. This would be so cool if this changes while I'm on. It probably won't. We are at 24,927 subscribers. We just absolutely blew up yesterday and the past week, and we have 73 subscribers. 73 subscribers will get us to 25,000, man. I was wanting to get there by yesterday, the trade deadline. It didn't happen. That's okay. We will be there by kickoff, which is Sunday night against the Houston Texans. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. That would be awesome, man. I appreciate all of you. 25,000 is a huge milestone, man. That is a big deal. Got here all because of you. I have no digital media backing. I have no sponsorships or anybody that's like elevating me to push the channel. This is all because of you guys. The more you watch, the more you like, the more you engage, the further the reach of this channel is. And I appreciate you. Real talk. No matter what happens in the comment section, as long as we not disrespectful to each other, you can say or do or think whatever you want about me. That's fine. That's part of being on the internet. But I appreciate you for watching the channel and helping me be the #1 independent Detroit Lions content creator on YouTube. That is a certified fact at this point. I will never, ever claim something that the numbers don't support. And the numbers show that Lions Syndicate has 1.1 million views over the last 28 days. And that's all because of you. You guys choosing to hit the like button, hit the thumbnail. I appreciate you. I really, really do, man. Without you, I can't be where I am. So thank you, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. This channel is brought to you by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other, and make smart decisions. And as always, go Lions.